Welcome back to Surviving and Thriving, where we share with you the things that we have learned as we have transitioned our family from struggling to survive disease to thriving, right smack dab in the midst of it, in the hopes that something that we share with you will help you, enlighten you, and encourage you as you transition your family from struggling to survive disease to thriving right smack dab in the midst of it. Well, how y'all doing? Feels like it's been a while. I missed you, praying for you, carry you in my heart. Hope all is going well with you. Well, guess what? We in the holiday seasons. Yay! I love the holiday season. I'm a seasonal person anyway, but this has got to be my favorite time of the year. Now, I want to talk to you about being chronically ill, facing health challenges, health crisis, overcoming and conquering sickness and disease in the middle of the holiday seasons. Now, we all know that finances are highly affected by what you're going through in your health, right? But even if you aren't going through things in your health, there's ups and downs in finances. And I got to tell you and be honest with you, I have been up and I have been down, right? And I've experienced the good of up and I've experienced the bad and the lows of down. And I've had holidays in all of them. Okay. I've had holidays. I had multiple Christmases in the hospital, Thanksgiving in the hospital, lots of holidays in the hospital. So I just want to share with you and help you to have a great holiday regardless of your circumstances, regardless of the situations around you. You can still have joy and have peace, because joy and peace is an inner thing. It's not an outer thing. Okay. You need to have your joy and your peace regardless of what's going on around you. And the joy and the peace you have inside of you actually affects the situation and things that are going on around you and puts it in a better light and helps you to come out and to overcome and gives you a positive outlook and a positive outcome. So if you find yourself in a hospital, right, or in a rehab, somewhere you really don't want to be other than home, while you are dealing with, while we're going through the holidays, I'm going to share with you some of the things that I learned in my going through that. Still have your peace and have your joy and celebrate, even if you're in the hospital, even if someone doesn't come, if you're having to be by yourself on that holiday, have that joy on the inside. Watch, holiday movies, watch the parades. Do whatever you can to be joyful and still celebrate, because celebration starts with you. You don't have to have other people to have joy. You don't have to have other people to celebrate. You celebrate yourself, right? Celebrate the fact that you're alive and you get to see another one, okay? Also, if you're able to leave your hospital room or your hospital bed, sometimes you're not. I know I wasn't when I was going through at times. But if you're able to go through, pass by another room and stick your head in and tell somebody else Merry Christmas, Happy Thanksgiving. Because whatever your situation is, I'm telling you, there's somebody out there that's a lot worse. There's somebody in their room depressed and crying and sad because their kids aren't there. So if you can at least pop in or even pass by and say, give them a seasonal greeting, that will make a difference for someone else, but it also makes a difference in you, because now you're being the light, you're illuminating joy, and you're sending forth the holiday spirit to other people, and the feeling that you get from that is awesome. Plus, to see how it affects other people is just, you can't even quantify that. So if the nurses are coming in, wish them a happy holiday. Do whatever it is that you have to do to still keep a positive outlook and enjoy your holiday. Celebrate your holiday. Don't mope, don't moan, be grateful, because you're still here. You're still in the fight. You're still in the battle, and look forward to getting out. Now, when you do get out, whenever it is, you go back and you have a Thanksgiving dinner at home with your family. You go back and you have a Christmas dinner at home with your family, even if it's sometime later. You gotta still celebrate it. Don't be like, well, I didn't get to have a holiday because of that happened. You celebrate it wherever you are, and then when you get out, you celebrate it again. We've done that many a times. We've done that. So that's one thing that you can do. Now, I've had birthdays and I've had holidays where I was at home bedridden and couldn't really do much. Now, I'm going to tell you that even when I'm bedridden, I'm fighting to try to get out of the bed, to at least try to sit up in a chair, to go sit outside and let the sun, you know, just bask in the sun. So for me, in the fall, especially because my birthday comes this time of the year, I really enjoy sitting outside, like firing up the pit, making s'mores, doing hot dogs and marshmallows and stuff over the fire pit and having fun, and my kids are playing and my husband will barbecue. That's something that I enjoy doing every year for my birthday during this time of the year. There's been so many years where I was bedridden and couldn't really do anything. There were times where I had to lay on the couch and my family went outside and did what they did, and they bring me something because they know I wanted a marshmallow or something like that. And I had to learn how to get joy out of hearing everybody else doing what I wanted to do. Instead of sulking and being upset because they're doing what I want to do or I can't be out there, I learned how to celebrate and have fun at the fact that they were out there doing it. And some years, you guys, we got up and we tried to let me go out there and put something on the fire, even though it was only a couple of minutes. But my husband was insistent on, no, you're going to do this. And I would do it, and it made a big difference. Did it hurt? Yeah, it hurt. Did I go through some stuff? Yeah, I went through some stuff, but I did it. I have the memories, and I didn't allow what I was going through to conquer me. So still, even if you're in a home bedridden, try to be a part as much as you can. If you're bedridden, see if maybe they can, roll you into another room where the family's going to be, or if they can lay you somewhere where the family's going to be, or open the door so you can hear, or bring everybody in where you are. The meal doesn't have to be at the table. If you can't get up and go to the table, maybe they can bring their plates on a meal to you. Still be a part of things. Now, there are times when we had holidays where money was scarce, right? Where turned the couches over so much you couldn't even find a penny in the couch, right? Because you just didn't have it. So there's a lot of things that we did. When I didn't have a fireplace, you guys, I got some construction paper at the dollar store and I made me a fireplace and tacked it to my wall, my little fake fireplace that I drew in color. Do whatever it is that you have to do. And I hung my stockings around my fireplace, right? There are times when we'll put up like if you have a fake Christmas tree, you can put up a fake Christmas tree and make a Thanksgiving tree. There were times we didn't have a tree for Christmas or even Thanksgiving time. So we made Thanksgiving trees out of construction paper or painted them on paper, put them on the wall, and we made things that we're thankful for as the leaves and tacked it to the tree. Find ways to celebrate. Celebration is not all about money. Celebration is about life, okay? And when you're looking at money and what you can and cannot do, it's going to make it really hard for you. But if you look at what you got and try to make what you got the best and enjoy it and take the celebration off of the getting or the giving and put it on the emphasis of what it's really about and loving people, that's how you really enjoy it in the times when things are really lean, okay? If you don't have a lot of money to make Christmas Day all that great, then what you do is you start celebrating the season. Take the emphasis off the day, take the emphasis off the gifts, and put the emphasis on the season. So you have your movie nights. So you have, a time where you guys might bake something together or fill out cards together. Every season, me and my kids, we sit down and we get a whole bunch of glue and scissors and all kind of glitter and construction papers, and we make decorations for the season and we hang them up. You enjoy the season. Does that make sense? And so what happens is when Christmas is over, you don't feel like you didn't get celebrated on Christmas Day, or you upset because you didn't get all that you wanted on Christmas Day, because you had traditions and things that you did to help you to enjoy the entire season, listening to Christmas music, having just little things to look forward to, right? So set some days once a week. Maybe you guys can say as a family, we're going to do this together in the house. And that's your celebration time. If you can't cook, right? I got to tell you that even when I was bedridden, y'all, I was still trying to cook. I was still trying to cook. But if you can't cook and someone else can cook for you, allow them to cook and don't feel bad. Just enjoy the meal, right? If you don't have money to have a large, meal that you normally would have, 4 and 5 desserts and 2 and 3 meats and all that kind of stuff, here's what I've learned. Cook out your pantry. Cook out of whatever you got in the kitchen. Do not go out and put your family in a big old hole trying to cook up a whole bunch of food that's only going to last a couple of days, right? And be gone. And then you got to feel that tightness and go through the tightness of not having because you tried to make one day special. It's not about one day. It's about the lifetime, right? It's about the continual days. And so what you do is you cook what you got. Now, here's what you do, right? If you got a whole chicken, you got some quarters, whatever kind of chicken you got, right? Instead of cooking chicken with salt and pepper the way you might normally cook your chicken or however you do it, maybe put a little orange glaze on it. Do something a little bit different to fancy it up. If your family eats Italian, likes Italian, but don't eat, Italian food a lot, then on Thanksgiving, make some manicotti or something like that. Some stuffed shells. Do something that is a little different that you have in your house, right? That you can spice up a little bit and enjoy. Don't make a big deal out of it. Just enjoy the feast that God has given you. If you have a regular dinner plate, you know what I mean? You don't have to have a big old tub of some cornbread dressing and a big old tub of macaroni and cheese. If all you have is the starch, a vegetable, and a meat and 2 vegetables, whatever it is, enjoy that. Put the emphasis on that, and maybe spruce it up a little bit different than you normally would spruce it up. But you have to take the emphasis off of the spending of the money and the consumption, and put the emphasis on what is it that you're really trying to celebrate, and the love of the people around you. Now, if you're not able to give, right, even to your kids or to your husband, try to make something, right? Get your family together and let your family make something. Maybe draw names, and instead of everybody trying to buy everybody something, let everybody get somebody else a gift and put an amount on it that you can. But try to make something for somebody. But take the emphasis off of having to spend a lot of money, having to go out and buy all these gifts and do all this stuff that is superficial, don't really matter, and people gonna forget about in a couple months anyway, right? So hopefully some of that can help you all with the holidays, because you want to be able to still enjoy the holidays. Do not go into depression. Do not get in a funk, because that affects your health and your ability to overcome. Now, if you find yourself in a better season, right? And better season can sometimes be great, and sometimes better season is just good and stable, right? But it's better because, you've seen some worse. Find a way to be a blessing to somebody else. You don't have to have a lot. That's a lie and a myth. People think that you have to have a lot and be somewhere great in order to be a blessing to somebody. You don't have to have a big house in order to have people over for dinner, okay? That's just a lie. That's that American consumption mindset. You don't have to have all of that. Find somewhere where you are to be a blessing. Now, you can still be struggling and still be a blessing. If you're going to bake some cookies, bake a couple extra cookies for somebody else, right? If you're going to, like my family, we Christmas carol, and that's something that got birthed out of hard times, y'all. Learning how to celebrate the season and take the emphasis off of other things. And we enjoyed it so much, we keep doing it, but we bring joy to other people. And a lot of times, if you want to find somebody to bless, right? There's somebody out there worse than you. There's somebody old on your neighborhood that ain't got a lot of visitors, ain't got a lot of family. Somebody's going through health issues that maybe y'all can just set some cookies on their door. Even Christmas carol tune. There's elderly people who kids just aren't there for them. Those are the people you need to look for to see how you can be a blessing. Y'all, I'm praying and asking God to show me who to be a blessing to this last couple of weeks, because I really want to bless somebody for Thanksgiving. So just look and see the little things that you can do. Sometimes it's just a card. For many years for Thanksgiving, my kids and I, we would sit down and make little construction paper turkeys and make them into little happy Thanksgiving cards and pass them out. And Christmas time, we do the same. We make little snowmans or Christmas trees and pass those out. There's something that you can do to get the emphasis off of feeling sorry for yourself to be a blessing for somebody else. Call somebody, do some Zoom calls. There's something that you can do. Go out and just think about it. There's someone who needs you, who has it worse than you. And if you can't find somebody because you think that what you're going through is the worst that you know somebody going through, that may be the case, okay? But you know what? Somebody needs help that you don't even know who needs help. So you got to be discerning and kind of pray on it and listen. Because everything that looks green and gold isn't green and gold. Sometimes behind closed doors it's pretty sad, but you can see it and you can realize it if you take the time to look, take the time to love, and to sit still in here. I hope something in there was helpful for you. I hope you enjoy your holidays. Remember, in all things, at all times, do you have a wonderful Thanksgiving. Now, I want to say something real quick. You guys, I am fasting and praying and crying out to God and believing God for our nation. And I'm asking that if you're a Bible believer and you believe in Jesus, right, that you would join me in having a fasted lifestyle, crying out to God and seeking his face for our nation. Not just for ourselves, we need it for ourselves, but for our children and our children's children and the generations to come as well. We want a strong nation and we want to be a strong people. And we want an environment that our kids can grow up in and be safe, right? So would you please agree with me in prayer, and however God tells you to live your fasted life, whatever fast he tells you to do, whatever he tells you to abstain from, however long, or even if that's not for you right now, would you just pray with me? Would you believe God with me that he will heal our land? I am looking forward to talking to you next time. Have a great week. Bye.